Spider-Man was so conflicted. I mean, he had so many things that he couldn't work out in his personal life. He couldn't, with a girl and with his family, and yet he's Spider-Man. He has to save the world, and he has to still worry about these things. I mean, and this was Stan as a person. As I knew him, I don't profess to be somebody who hung around with Stan and knew him perfectly all the time, but I had plenty of encounters with him, and Stan was this guy who also could get very angry. Stan was the Hulk. I mean, he could be someone who turned into, Stan could be, extremely angry at things, small things, tiny things. Stan imagined himself turning into, and you'd see him become that and then come back and be Stan again. And even with Spider-Man, when I was trying to learn about Spider-Man, okay, you'll think this story is crazy. I was invited to a party at Stan's house. And there were not that many people, maybe 30 people at the party. Stan, his wife, Joni at the time, and a bunch of people from, I think Bob Gale was there, some writers, and a lot of the original Marvel people. Now, because I was just learning about Spider-Man, unlike you, if you went to such a party, you would have known everybody and who they were. I had no idea who anybody was. Okay, I didn't know these guys, these iconic original guys from the Marvel stuff, So I talked to one of them, and I said, "Look, I'm trying to learn." And the guy came over to me, and he said, "Yeah, I know you're directing Spider-Man." I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to really learn, who is Spider-Man?" I said to him. And the guy, who probably is somebody really famous, and if I could tell you his name, it would make a much better story, but I don't know. The guy, he was Stan's age, the guy pointed across the room at Stan, and he said, "That's Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man." Okay? And it's true, because Stan was this guy who, Stan was a nerd who with a great imagination and great fantasy, wanting to be something of that. And Stan was that guy. He had all those insecurities. He had all of those things, but he had the magic of imagination.